If you enjoy this featured episode of Long Lost Brothers, please go and follow or favorite the podcast to get future episodes.
Welcome to Long Lost Brothers, the podcast devoted to fitness, creativity, self-improvement, and the overall acquisition of betterment. My name is Brett Scott.
And I'm Jesse Cole.
And we are the Long Lost Brothers. Jesse, we're 20 episodes deep.
Dude, that's fucking like 6.7 dog years.
It's crazy though. Like I don't think I've ever been this consistent with something like week after week.
It's because we have such a toxic relationship we just can't let go.
It could be that. Or it could be that we're having such a good time that we actually look forward to doing this every week. But
it's the honey boy holding us together.
Listen, I think it's open to interpretation. We either have a mental illness here, some codependency issues, or shit, we're just having a good time.
Man, I think it's all the above.
Yeah.
But man, if you think about it, this podcast is kind of just like when me and you was both, driving for a living. It kind of just be our 3 to 5, man. Just,
That's true. We would just call each other up and just kind of bullshit sometimes.
Yeah, if I had the Bluetooth truck, I was calling my guy until the reception ran out. The second we were talking about that 2G life. That was our first hashtag 2G life.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, because we kept losing connection so often. And like every time, I remember you had just moved into a house and had no Wi-Fi and shit. And like I would suggest shit for you to watch. You're like, bro, I can't watch it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You're living that 2G life.
Yeah, man. I was like, I'm so glad for unlimited data and Wi-Fi.
Dude, I think I just got the title to this episode right there. 2G life, son.
Yeah, with a Y. Man, so what's Gucci with you, Brett? We always start with what's up with Jesse. What's up with Brett? Talk to me.
Oh, shit, man. Okay. Damn, I've been watching some shows. I've been watching some movies. Let me see. I'm caught up on The Mandalorian. Did you get caught up on that?
Yeah. Pretty good.
Like that episode 3 was like the shortest episode they've ever made, but it was dope, wasn't it?
They had the Mando Commandos.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty sweet.
Hey, am I tripping or was that kind of girl Mandalorian kind of hot, right?
Oh yeah.
Like that kind of hot, like Ronda Rousey hot, where it's like it's not really hot, but she'll beat your ass, it'll be hot.
Yeah, you just wait because hopefully next week they're gonna have I don't know if it's gonna be next week or not, but I don't know if you ever watched the Clone Wars, the cartoon.
Yeah, I'm hip to it.
Okay, well they're bringing Ahsoka Tano into the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
My brain went a whole different place because y'all just wait next week. I was like, what? She's going to take off all that armor and show them titties?
Yeah. I mean, Star Wars, the last I heard was still aimed at kids, but you never know. They might do some sort of adult version.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein was aimed at kids too.
What was that? A breaking symbol?
Yeah, that was me trying to do a fucking whatever. I failed on the snare drum, but
so
yeah.
you did the snare, but it broke.
But the joke was so bad it just totally bombed in itself.
Dude, so they're bringing Ahsoka Tano on, and Rosario Dawson is playing Ahsoka Tano, I guess. So that's interesting. Nice. Yeah,
that's a.
I can dig it. So I'm looking forward to that. That's something that people have been talking about for a while. Like,
Mandalorian has been consistently killing it.
Yeah, I actually so far there hasn't been a lull. Like last season, there was a couple episodes where I'm like, all right, what are we on? What are we doing?
I haven't been upset with it at all. I mean, start to finish, to be honest.
Yeah, well, this season for sure, I think even it ticked it up a notch. You know what's crazy about that show?
Hold on, let me tell you. My favorite thing is the primary villain is also the primary villain from Breaking Bad.
Oh, I know. That dude's so good. Yeah. I love that dude.
Yeah, Los Hermanos Chicken. Los Hermanos, the Pollo de los... What is it?
Los Hermanos.
Los Hermanos Pollos de los dos hermanos. Have, whatever, two brothers chicken.
Yep.
In Spanish. Which I used to kind of know how to speak, but not now. So, that's enough.
So, what was I saying? What was I saying about Mandalorian?
You were saying that there's some bad bitch about to come and be one of the Clone Wars?
Yeah. Ahsoka Tano is going to be on there. Oh, but this season has really, like, kicked it up a notch. Like, I feel like... Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say. Do you realize...
It's the best sci-fi show ever right now.
It's pretty fucking good, man. Like, did you... Check this out. I wonder if you know this. There are no actual outdoor sets on The Mandalorian. It is 100% digital and green screen. Like, every single set you see in that show is fake.
That's believable because them even trying to be like, how much money would it cost to fly all the midgets that play them little sand people out to a desert somewhere?
I thought you were going to say out to another galaxy to film on location.
I'm not that dumb.
Dude, how much would it cost to fly these motherfuckers to the outer rim? No, but seriously, like, that's a big difference. Even though it feels like the old, like, 70s and 80s Star Wars, the big difference is there's no shots on location. It's all in a studio, every single bit of it. It's kind of crazy, but it's just, like, super believable. When they're, like, doing shit out in the desert, it feels like they're in the desert. Like, shit's come a long way.
Yeah, the best scene so far, I think, is when the fucking, the whatever dragon fucking popped out of the fucking top of the mountain, was all pissed off, spitting that acid on him.
Yeah, that was cool. Twice now.
The little spider thing part was cool, too.
Twice now, this show has, it has shown one of the Mandalorians get swallowed by something and then fly out of its mouth. Like, and we got Boba Fett at the end of an episode, like, a while back, the first episode. So people were like, how did he survive fucking being eaten by that, you know, sand creature thing in Empire Strikes Back? Like, he died in that. Or in Return of the Jedi, he gets eaten by this big fucking sand monster thing. It's like, they're telling us right here exactly how he probably got out of that. Like...
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Like, Baby Yoda got ate by something. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to spoilers, but...
That's all right, man. If people, I think most people are watching it when it drops. I know I am.
Yeah. I just watched it, so I'm actually the one sleeping on it.
Dude, I did watch a crazy-ass movie recently, though. It's another Robert Pattinson movie. I'm on a Robert Pattinson kick now. And, like, my subscribers on YouTube keep, like, hitting me up with, like, more. Like, like, I'll do a review that is, like, a Robert Pattinson movie, and they'll be like, oh, hey, you should watch this movie with Robert Pattinson. So I've been, like, watching all these Robert Pattinson movies. But I watched the movie Good Time last week, which is crazy, wild-ass movie.
What's it called?
Good Time.
Good Time?
Yeah, I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I'll tell you that the main point is that Robert Pattinson is trying to break his mentally handicapped brother out of jail. And
I think I watched that.
And the episode, or the movie also involves a 20-ounce bottle of LSD.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's a crazy movie. It gets wild. But then,
that's a lot of LSD.
So the other day, I watched another Pattinson movie called The Lighthouse. With
he's not bad. He got all that sparkle vampire money. And he's just doing like all the like artsy fartsy stuff he wants. I mean, he's gonna come back as Batman.
Yeah, well, he's a quality actor. Like the Twilight bullshit. Like,
yeah, well, who gives a fuck, man?
It doesn't do him any justice. It kind of sucks that, you know. But that's what people judge him by, unfortunately.
She's just so kind, and you know, bro, you need to just whatever makes you happy, babe. Yeah. It's like his kind of whole vibe, you know, it's just like this passive aggressive, but I'm a vampire and I can fly with you on my back, shit. Like,
yeah.
I think Superman was like the biggest simp ever.
Yeah, he's just misunderstood, Jesse. He's just a misunderstood guy.
I haven't slept in 3 centuries.
So I watched The Lighthouse. So The Lighthouse is him and Willem Dafoe, and it's fucking crazy. It's like dark. It takes place back in the like 1840s or something.
Yeah.
Something crazy. I mean 1890s.
I love Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, dude, he's so good in this movie, especially.
He's good at everything, man.
But like, it's this movie where these 2 light keepers are manning this lighthouse, you know, out on this island off of like.
And they're gay together. Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain 2.
Is it?
Brokerback Mountain. Nah, it's like this crazy. It's almost like a horror film, like suspense thriller. And
I like that.
It's like these 2 guys slowly descend into madness because they're like isolated on this island, and they can't. You know, there's. I think they break the clock at one point, so they have no semblance of like how long they've been on the island waiting for reinforcements, what time of day it is. Like it's crazy.
No.
Yeah, and they slowly turn mad.
Knowing what time it is like my magic power.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think I have a mutant ability. Like any time somebody's like what time it is, I can guess within like 20 minutes of what time it is. Almost always.
Yeah, I can maybe guess within the hour if I'm outside on a sunny day.
No, I mean like my wife will be like, "What time is it?" I'll be like, "It's probably like 8:46." It'll be like 8:44. Like without looking at my clock for like forever.
That's awesome. I love reading Jack Reacher books, and Jack Reacher has that same thing. Like he has a internal clock in his head. He always knows exactly what time it is.
I feel like if that's my superhero power, I have the lamest fucking superpower ever. I'd rather be able to manage. It's less useful than manifesting Mountain Dew. I'd rather manifest. Dude,
you'd rather be able to manifest Mountain Dew than be able to tell what time it is? All right. Well, shit. Other than that, man, what else been going on?
You've been watching. You've been creating a lot of content.
Yeah. Just been staying super busy, writing shit.
You dropped a hard ass podcast with Mr. L1 Salgado.
Why you gotta extra Spanish his name, bro?
Dude, Juan Salgado is awesome, dude. He's the homie. I don't know him a long time. He's cool as shit.
Yeah, that was actually a really fun podcast, man. Like
that was good. Juan Salg is such a good speaker, and it was cool to hear him talk about something besides podcasting. The way you interviewed him was really interesting. And it was enjoyable. I listened start to finish.
Yeah, so my kind of, I didn't really have a goal going into that, like interviewing him, but I knew that my interest in talking to him was more about his entrepreneurial ventures, like him starting a business and how he does that, and also his like self-improvement stuff that he uses.
Yeah.
So it's like he's a powerlifting coach. But that's like our interview. There's hardly anything about powerlifting because it's all about creativity and like how he creates and writes and shit.
And I mean, anybody knows he's a beast. You know, like I mean, he weighs like $155 and he's pulling like 5 plates, something like that, right?
Yeah, no joke. It's no joke.
Like he's a monster, dude. Yeah, I got a lot of love for Juan. I like this thing he calls the grocery store the Grosh. And I've I stole that from like 3 years ago and told him I was going to say that from now on. I'm trying to make it as funny in Washington as well.
The Grosh.
Yeah, it hasn't stuck, but I still say it.
So what have you been doing, man? Like, I know you've been training like a madman, running and lifting.
Yeah, essentially just that and working, writing a little bit on my book. Been trying to trying to get a couple keystrokes in, a couple pages on the old horror story I'm writing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going swimmingly, or I think so, but I'm kind of conceited and arrogant, so of course I think whatever I'm writing is fucking God's gift to the earth. But
a little biased.
I'm a little biased, but I'm trying to be real detailed and keep putting all the little extra jazz on stuff. But yeah, man, just training real hard. That fucking that K-Day killed me. I also, man, I woke up this morning to news that we're going back to phase 1. We're going back to lockdown for COVID in Washington State.
That's insane.
Yeah, I made a whole podcast about it. It was kind of mostly just me being a crybaby, but dude, oh my lord.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to going back into like lockdown status at all. That's
the shit I don't like.
For real.
And people are like, we're just a bunch of fucking baboons, man.
Mm-hmm.
People don't fucking get it. It's like they're already winning. Like, I just drove by the Walmart, and it's like they're already back to only having one door open with it's like, you guys are fucking idiots. All the toilet paper is already sold out. I didn't go in. I'm like, I got toilet paper. I'll fucking whatever. I'll figure the fuck out.
Bro.
I'm like, most of you motherfuckers still have fucking toilet paper left over from the last time you bought all the toilet paper, you fucking morons.
Bro, you've got to invest in a bidet.
Oh yeah, you're saying that.
Dude, it's a lifesaver, and also it feels really good.
I know about a bidet, man. I know all about it. Nah, my sister had a beach mansion.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a bidet. And you need a little toilet paper so just to make sure you get all the blue water off.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, it is nice. You do feel really pleasantly clean. Fresh out the shower booty hole, if you will.
Yeah, my wife last time, like when all the like stores were sold out of toilet paper, she went online and bought the only toilet paper she could find, and it was those big ass giant like industrial rolls, the super thin paper shit.
Yeah, that's what my brother-in-law told me. He goes, let me know, I'll get you some industrial. I might just hit him up. I might hit him up out of this podcast and just fucking Facebook him some money. But man, run me one of them industrial rolls.
Dude, it lasts. I think we got like 4 rolls of it.
Yeah.
We ain't nowhere near out. Like we got so much left. It's ridiculous.
Well, last time I went to like the office store supply and bought a case from them, and it lasted like 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a lot of people in my house now.
Yeah, people are silly though, man. People are just silly. Like that's the dumbest thing to hoard in the world. It's the last thing.
I don't want to be giving them my secrets, but like when you go through the drive-thru at McDonald's or whatever, just be like, hey, can I get hella napkins? That's free fucking toilet paper.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Gang. Yeah, it's just doing on the port. It's like, you unresilient motherfuckers.
All right. You want to talk about the book? You want to go ahead and get into the book review tonight?
Yeah, man. I'm liking the book. I listened to it I listened to a little bit of it yesterday. I gotta say, for me, a lot of this book just comes down to work ethic and just outworking fucking everybody, man.
Yeah, that's kind of what I get it from it too. It's like a lot of the stuff he's saying is, the only reason I've succeeded, even though I might not be as smart or as skilled as these other people, is I just, I put work in. Yeah, other people will not even try, or they'll try a little bit and give up and change their mind and try something different. Like, but he lays it out in the book as not having a plan B. He's like, now he's like in the military, it makes sense. You have to have a plan B because shit hits the fan. You got to have something to fall back on. He's like, but when it comes to starting a business and creating something from scratch,
there's a Royce the 5'9" lyric that is super relevant to that.
What's that?
It says, my plan B is to complete plan A. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's like exactly what he says. He's like, I'm going to, there's no plan B. I'm just going to figure out a way to make plan A work.
Well, man.
That was dope.
Yeah, I've been, I got to say this book has geared up my entrepreneurial and business my business brain. I wanted to do some other things than I have done, and I'm excited to. I got a couple ventures that I'm looking into. I don't want to talk about them because they don't come to fruition. I don't want to just sound like a fat mouth, but I got a couple things I'm delving into.
Okay.
And and some of them are altruistic and community based, but some of them are just to see if I can just make myself a couple bucks. But
nothing wrong with that.
You know, oh yeah, you know. But for me, everything comes back to what are you doing for the community? What are you doing for the rest of the world and humanity in general?
Right. Well, one thing about building a business and making money for yourself is that you're in a better position to help others. Like, even if your business itself isn't the thing doing stuff for others, like, you are now in a better position to be able to give to charity, to help people out, to give people a leg up. So I don't know, I've always thought that was important. And also, if you start a business and if it's a big enough business, you're going to employ people too. You're going to improve your community through stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. And there's just so much that needs to be done around where I live. I've kind of, made it a thing that I want to do to be involved in correcting some of the housing disparagement of housing for low income families. And, it's like, that's just something that's been reaching on me, and I think that I can use my brain to figure out ways to help that, on a small level. And it doesn't gotta it's not like people look at these entrepreneurial endeavors like they gotta make $1 bazillion. No, bro. What if you just made the same money you make at a job you hate doing something you love? Right. Yeah, that's something I've always try to explain to people, what if you don't make it big? Like, well, I ain't got to make it big. I just got to make it, I just got to be able to stop doing stuff I don't like and make the money doing the stuff I do like. So if it's an even exchange, I can be cool with that. Like, if I could go from making $60,000 a year as a truck driver, which is what I do now, to making $60,000 a year as a creator, I'm good with that. That's another thing from the book too that is inspiring to hear is that just the way he kind of started it, super grassroots with a very small loan from the bank. He didn't have a rich dad or anything like that, and he also didn't have some grand thing that he started with a whole bunch, something crazy. He just started it small, and he just went little by little, and grew from the ground up.
I like how his dad was not a naysayer, but very realistic with him. Well, it's that easy, everybody do it.
Yeah.
He thought that he'd have, and something that he touched home with. He says, "Is you think all these other YouTubers and all of your friends and everybody's just going to be supporting you, and you're giving these huge reviews, and no, man, you have to be your own billboard."
Right.
And everything you do. Christians say that you might be the only Bible anybody ever reads, right?
Right.
Well, you might be the only commercial for your business anybody ever hears. If you're a douchebag, then everything that has to do with your fucking company is dog shit.
Yep.
There used to be this guy, Peter. I'll leave his last name out because I don't want to get sued by some douchebag. Dude's a concreter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good concreter. You put a nice finish on some concrete, had all the tools. But he was just such a fucking little cunt, fucking entitled bitch that the concrete company would not sell him concrete.
Oh, damn.
Because he's just an asshole.
Right.
And they're like, no, if you want, and it was kind of like a running joke, no, if you want concrete, you have to have so-and-so. I'm going to leave names out of it for business reasons, but you have to have so-and-so call in the order of what they want. Because he just, thinks he's hot shit, and it's So it's like, man, and he's the only. It's like, all right, dude, you're the only billboard I ever seen for fucking Pete, fucking whatever the fuck, concrete. You're a fucking tool, dude. I don't want you on my job site. You're irritating. You're obnoxious. You know, like, nah, man. You know,
yeah.
so that it's like, and that's something where he's saying, this is what I'm taking away. I'm making a parallel here. I'm just in a very roundabout way of saying, where he's talking to this bodybuilder about how to get lean for this photo shoot. He has in 2 weeks to promote his fitness supplements, you know. And it's like, he's got to be his own billboard, and he doesn't know that much about bodybuilding at this point in the story, anyway. And yeah, so it's like, you know, being your own billboard is a huge thing. And living by what you believe in.
Yeah, for sure. I think like your own personal character it plays a huge role in making something take off.
Right.
Like especially nowadays when you have to be out there personally doing shit. Like social media is the platform to sell your product, whatever that product might be. It's like, and having a personal relationship with like customers or followers or subscribers or whatever it might be is like probably the most important part of building your company.
Like, no bullshit. Like, I don't know if you know Micah Marino, badass powerlifter. I don't know. I mean, I barely know him at all, but he's like, hey, dude, we're fucking got some deals going on t-shirts. You might grab one. I didn't need a t-shirt. Fucking bought one. You know why? Because dude was fucking cool. Fucking like a couple of my pics. Said, hey, man, see what you're doing. That's cool. You know, gas me up. I bought a t-shirt, dude. It's a badass t-shirt. It's nice. Goes along with my style. You know? Cool. I support a cool dude's company.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, a lot of times nowadays it is that. It's like people are more supporting you almost more than buying the product. Like they're like, I like this guy. I'm gonna prop this guy up and get something in return. Like that's a good deal for everybody.
Right, like Bradley Martin, like BM Fits. Like now most of his clothes are pretty nice, but originally, you know, I mean, decent t-shirts, cool sweats, but they weren't like, oh my God, look at this, must have it, you know? It was like,
they were nothing special. Yeah.
It was like the Gildan with the fucking screen print.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I ain't mad at it, but it ain't, you know, but Bradley Martin's so cool that his cult of personality makes it, I want that BM Fit shit, you know?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. And you know, I know that we're kind of comparing apples and oranges, Nick and Nick Bear and fucking Bradley Martin, two different people completely, but you know, it's the same idea that they've taken their entrepreneurship, their YouTube personalities, and I think Nick was already on to trying to make a fitness supplement company before he ever made a YouTube channel and stuff. I think he's already into that science.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest difference is just that he kind of started. Yeah, he kind of started the YouTube channel for promotion of the product rather than, you know, being popular and then going, hey, I could use this popularity to sell some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm enjoying the book so far, man. I've listened to it. Yeah, it's a real short read. I listened to it a couple times through while I'm running and shit. So I'm gonna continue doing that. And next week, I guess we'll probably finish out talking about it. But
I got some zone training coming this week, so I'll probably finish it up and get through it.
There you go. It's a good one too. Like, obviously we're listening to the audiobook. It's a good one for that. Like, if you work out while you're listening to stuff, like some stuff is hard to listen to while you're working out, but when it's like motivating type stuff, a lot of times that's something I can vibe with while working out. Yeah,
for me, if it's like slow, continuous work, I can listen to a book. But if it's like high endurance, it's got to be music.
Yeah. Yeah, but gotta turn up. Music. It's got to be music when it's time to turn up.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, we'll finish out the book probably next week. I don't know if that'll be the final week of the month. Maybe it will.
I think so. Maybe. I think either way, this book's short. Oh, my birthday is fucking on Friday, so happy birthday to me, bitches.
Oh, happy birthday to you, bitches.
Yeah, the old man. He'll be 38.
Oh, 38.
Yeah.
Dude, 38's like the new, like, 24. I don't know.
I don't even feel 38, man. That's why I'm 24.
Do we ever feel like, I always wonder now, like, the older I get, like, does my grandparents feel like they're fucking 16 still like I do?
No.
You know what I mean? Do they?
Like, I always think back, like, I think back to, like, when my dad was my age, and I remember he went on this trip, right, where he was going to the gym, and he lost 40 pounds, and my dad always being an obese individual, okay? And now when he went to the gym, he was lifting, he wasn't lifting, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, because I was a little kid, I was at home. I remember he's going to the gym, but he always come home with McDonald's. That's his downfall.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I was like, I wonder if my dad was just in there fucking killing, like, my dad was like 300, I wonder if he's like a super heavyweight powerlifter, and I just didn't know, and he's just fucking squatting 650 for fucking reps. I just didn't know.
Right. Yeah, I think that's funny, man, because I think about that a lot when it comes to age. Like, I think about my parents, what they were like at my age, how I remember them when I was a kid, and it was like, well, honestly, this is a horrible age for my parents. Like, my dad was like in the middle of fucking smoking crack. but I think back to that and I'm like, man, like, it actually makes me feel like, well, shit, man, I could, like, no matter what's going on in my life, I could be fucking up like that. Like, you know,
I know that my dad is like the hyper religious cult thing. Like, I think I talked about that before. There's been a couple of different super Christian-y religious cult things where I'm like, I'm kind of probably lucky to be alive, man.
Yeah. I think about that all the time, though, man. Like, you know, with each year that passes, I'm like, I remember when looking at my parents at this age. For one, you thought they were old as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, man, my parents are old, but like, you're here now, and it's like, shit, this doesn't feel like old. Does this feel old?
I'm like, I got way too much swag to be old. Got me fucked up.
Yeah, and just too much, like, I don't know. I just don't feel like what you thought of as, like, a parent or, like, a middle-aged person when you were a kid. Like, they always seemed like, I feel too silly to be, you know what I mean, in my mid-30s. I feel way too silly.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still cool because like my son shares my shit. Like my son will share my memes. I'm like, I'm still on the team.
All right, yep, I still got my finger on the pulse.
My niece sends me memes, you know, like, all right, I'm still part of the gang a little bit.
All right.
I'm just a cool uncle. Okay, so you feeling like you're pretty fast or what?
No, dude, I'm not fast, but I'm down for whatever. Hold on? Can we talk about last week's fucking challenge real quick?
Oh, how bad? Yeah, okay. I thought I was tough.
Mm-hmm.
I did it all. Just did it. Just let's go. I showed up at the gym and just didn't leave until it was done. It took me, I want to say like 80, 90 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. So wait, before, so everyone knows, we're talking about the K-Day challenge, which I issued last week, and it's like 1,000 reps of 10 different. It's 100 reps of 10 different exercises, and you have all day to do it. You don't have to do it all at once. But Jesse wanted to punish himself, I guess.
I just didn't have to. I had this time as my training time, and that's what I could do. Mm-hmm. You know, I got. You know, that's just what it is. That's when, you know, my wife was taking the kids to their dads, and I was doing my thing, and, you know, so this is when I had time. I had time to do it.
So how'd that work out for you? How'd that go?
That was rough, dude. I started with, like, the things that I knew I could do fast. Mm-hmm. I cracked off 100 push-ups. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? 100 air squats, pretty quick. Did 100 walking lunges, pretty fast. Then I did the sit-ups and the ab rollers back to back, which was a mistake.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
That's by the end. I was like, oof, okay, that was a little rough. And then I forgot that there was burpees until I was done with all that. I was like, fuck, I should have done the burpees first.
Oh, yeah, that's like your downfall too. You hate burpees.
I hate burpees and I hate pull-ups, and I ended up doing. I grabbed some 25-pound dumbbells, and I got those done pretty. Like I do like a couple pull-ups as I could go, and I did them all like CrossFit style pull-ups pretty much. And I was just keeping track of those, counting them down from 100, and then I got those done, and I was doing like that and back and forth with all the dumbbell stuff with the overhead ones, and I could kill all like 100, the bicep curls like in the overheads. I killed those. That's like my wheelhouse,
Yeah.
And so I ended up just having to just like. Is the pull-ups sucks when you're looking forward to the burpees, right?
True. Yeah.
When I got done, I was never so fucking happy as when I got done with that last pull-up. I was like, fuck that. And then I had like 40 burpees left, and I did those in 2 sets and just smashed them out. And I was like, fucking thank God that's done. But then I also, after that, after I recovered for a couple minutes, I did some face pulls to get my back a little more action.
Your back needed a little more action after 100 pull-ups and 100 dumbbell rows?
The rhomboids.
Got you.
The rhomboids and rear delts.
Well, look, man, so you completed all 1,000 reps then?
Yeah, and it sucked.
Okay. Well...
You ran 3 miles on top of that workout, though, too, didn't you?
I did, yeah. What I did, the way I broke it up is... My plan was to break it up into segments throughout the day, so I was going to do like half of it during the day and half of it in the evening. What I did was, like, I had a run planned, so what I did was I would just like run like a half a mile and then knock out 25 of each thing.
Oh, nice.
And then I'd run half a mile and knock out 25. It's nice because it gives you a little break in between, so like it's not like the muscles aren't so weakened that it's hard. It's actually pretty easy to do it that way. So I knocked all that shit out then. And all I had left to do was pull-ups, burpees, and walking lunges, right?
Yeah.
Wait, pull-up, burpees, walking lunges, and the rows. Okay. So I did all that, and I took a break, whatever, went on with my day, and then my wife's car broke down. She was like out of town, and her car broke down. And yeah, but she got it figured out, whatever, and she ended up coming back, but she was super late. So I was like super late leaving for work. But I was like, I still got these fucking 400 reps to do. So I drove over to my kid's school, where they have monkey bars and shit like that. And I'm like, oh, I'll knock out the pull-ups here and just knock it all out real quick and then go to work. So,
yes,
right. But it's dark by this point. It's like 7 o'clock at night. So I'm over at the school in the dark, which is kind of a weird thing. I'm doing pull-ups on a basketball rim. It's like a low set basketball rim.
Okay.
And I'm doing the walking lunges and shit, and like I'm realizing that these pull-ups fucking suck. Like I'm usually the pull-up guy, but I fucking was I was sucking real bad at pull-ups, and I knocked out everything else except the pull-ups, and I still had like 60 pull-ups to go because I was struggling, dude. Right, so now I'm down to doing them like 5 at a time. I'm doing like 5 at a time, taking a rest 5 at a time, and then around the kids' school is like a neighborhood. There's like all these houses, right? And some of them like they have their back doors open, shit, and their windows open. You can hear the families in there watching TV and talking and shit. And I'm out there like sweating in the middle of the night at the kids' playground. And right, yeah, exactly. So the people are probably looking at me like, "What the fuck's this guy doing?" So I'm like, I got 60 pull-ups in, and I was barely able to do any more pull-ups. But I was like, I'm gonna stay here till I get these motherfuckers. And then like my next rep of pull-ups, I start to hear police sirens. I'm like, oh shit, somebody done seen a fucking guy hanging out at the school in the middle of the night being weird, and they called the cops. So I hear sirens coming towards where I'm at. I'm like, oh fuck, I better get out of here. Like, I better just go. This is gonna be weird. The cop showed like, what are you doing?
Pull-ups.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, fuck it. So I left. I don't know. It just felt like an awkward situation to be in. So I just left, and I was like, I'll figure out how to do it at work. I'll figure out a place to do pull-ups. Well, long story short, I did not find anywhere to do the pull-ups. I tried to do them on like a mirror, one of the truck mirrors. Nah, it ain't happening. I busted my knee on the fucking side of the truck. I was like, fuck that. So, long story, really, really long story, not so short. I got 970 reps completed. I did not complete the challenge.
My body's sore, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, how are you feeling now?
I'm pretty beat up. This morning I was hurting. I ran 5 miles yesterday, and I had some kind of workout. I don't remember. I was throwing around some weights. Nothing crazy. I'm doing just some, whatever. Just trying to move more buffer. I think I'm doing some shoulders, something little, nothing big. And then I ran 5 miles. Oh, this is a funny story. So I switched from this keto to trying to be on more of a bodybuilder type diet, right?
Uh-huh.
So I got my protein powder. Started drinking protein shakes. That shit makes my farts smell like something died in my asshole.
Yeah, I think that's pretty universal, man. Everybody got nasty protein farts.
And so I'm leisurely running these 5 miles, as you might have seen on my story.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and the owner of the gym's wife is a very nice lady, is right next to me, dude.
Oh, man.
And I can't help it, man. It's a ripped ass, and I turned the fan on, and the fan on the treadmill next to mine on full blast, trying like get it. I had to look over. I said, "Man, I'm sorry. I switched protein powders, and I don't even know. I'm so sorry." She just looked at me and said, "Yeah."
Wow.
Yeah, top shelf ass ripping. It was horrendous.
Ugh.
Dude.
I'm glad we don't work out together. I'm cool with that.
Man. Yeah, that was rough. I'm about to buy some gas sticks. I think my body's getting used to it, though, but I bought this whole big old jug of shit. I'm going to drink it all.
Dude, I had a similar experience, right? Like, it wasn't me, though. Like, I went to work out. My father-in-law is, like, a fucking workoutaholic. Like, he's a race walker, right?
No way.
Yeah, he's a race walker. Like, legit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
So, if people don't know what it is, it's just super fast walking.
It's like running, but you can't bend your knee.
Right, exactly. But he's been doing this for years. Like, he was
if you do bend your knee, they take seconds off your speed.
Yes. He was actually, this guy was actually, like, invited to be on the Olympic team back in the, like, 80s and shit. So, like, did you know there was an Olympic race walking team?
I didn't, but I was...
There is. Okay, so listen. So he also, like, he lifts weights and shit daily, right? Like, he's a workoutaholic.
Yeah, some shit.
Yeah, and so I remember I was living with my wife before she was my wife and my father-in-law, and one day he was like, "Hey, why don't you come to the gym with me? We'll go over to the school and lift weight in the weight room." And this dude had the worst fucking vegan farts. Like, it was so, like, he was really into, like, I don't know if he was vegan, but it was like mostly plant-based. Yeah. And it was like the worst experience ever working out. We were in this little tiny, like, school weight room, right? And he just keeps busting ass the whole time. Like, oh my God. I came home, I was like, Eva. She's like, I know.
Like, dude, like, usually there's nobody in there, so I'm just like, turbo boosters, let the farts rip. But I was like, so, dude, like, and like a little fart, I don't care. But like, dude, it was like full on, like, clear the room out. And I felt so bad because she was giving me that look, like, not me, but she was like FaceTiming somebody, because, like, you know, they're like bodybuilders, so they just walk on the treadmill, and I'm in here, like, getting it, you know. I wasn't getting it. I was doing, like, 9.5-minute miles, like, you know, just good pace, right? Like we're jogging, had the running shoes, doing the thing, and she's like FaceTiming somebody talking, and I'm just letting them go, dude. And I just had to tell her, like, yeah, like I'm not gonna just sit here and not acknowledge that I just fucking made the room smell like a fucking butcher shop, like.
Wow.
So anyway,
I have a feeling you're about to issue some sort of sprinting challenge, some sort of fast running challenge. So what do you got?
How you feel fast, bro?
No, I don't feel fast at all. But I got you. Bring it.
I just want to see how fast you can run a mile.
So we're gonna fastest mile. We're gonna see who runs the fastest mile.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna smoke you. It has to be outside on a track with a stopwatch.
On a track?
Yeah.
It can't be on the street?
Nah, because then that gives you allowances for like traffic and shit. And now you got to go to the school track.
Okay.
You got to run that motherfucker with a stopwatch 4 laps.
Okay.
It has to be pretty specific because I know sometimes when I be running in the street, like I'll stop my little timer and then that gives me a break to get my lungs back.
True.
And nah, we're doing this shit, no stopping. We're gonna get it. I'm thinking, I'm predicting somewhere in like the low 7s for me.
Okay. Well, I know that I don't know what my fastest mile is. I do know that my fastest 5K is 25 minutes. So that comes down to what, like 8. About an 8-minute per mile. But I'm sure I could turn it up from that. That's a 3-mile run. So I think I can get it in the 7s for sure.
What was it that I had got this week that I was super proud of? It was 22, almost 23 minutes, and I got 3.1 miles.
Yeah, that's a fucking 5K, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's faster than my 5K for sure. So
I was just showing off because there's a big bodybuilder in there, and this girl that I work with, they had called me fat when I was fat, and so I had to show her that I'm not fat. She's like on the treadmill next to me. I was like, "Yeah, you want to see fat?"
like I might be fat, but I can run a fucking fast ass 5K.
Yeah, no, I mean, like since then, it's water under the bridge. It's still like, one little digs they just stick with you because they're like my insecure person.
Oh yeah, I had this dude on my wrestling team when I was in like 10th grade, and I remember I was talking to my buddy and I was like, dude, I think I'm gonna try to lose weight and get down into that. At the time, I was in like what they considered heavyweight class,
okay.
But it was basically I weighed I think about 190 pounds at the time. And it sucked because I had to wrestle all these big ass dudes because they were in the heavyweight class and they were all like 215 and bigger.
Yeah, and they're like,
So I was like, dude, I gotta get out of this fucking weight class. I was like, so I told my buddy, I'm like, I think I'm gonna try to get down to the 171 weight class. And this big guy on the team, he's one of the heavyweight wrestlers. He comes over to me, he goes, "Delusions of grandeur, my friend. You will never lose the weight. You will only get bigger." Right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he told me that. And that
lit a fire under my ass.
Yeah, I would never forget that. I would
ate for a week.
I will never forget that. Never forget that. I still quote it to this day. I'm petty as fuck. Like, I'll hit up my buddy and be like, "Hey, remember when George said that shit?"
Yeah. You should find him on Facebook unless you're still friends with him and just be like, "Visions of grandeur, my friend." He's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Visions of grandeur.
It's funny because, people, they probably don't even remember the insult, but, like, to me, it was like, damn.
Yeah, like there's shit from middle school that I had dwell on. Mm-hmm. I'm sure the person that did it does not even remember doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my high school principal told me I was going to end up just like my brother in prison and never accomplish anything with my life. Like, that's literally what he told me. He was like, yeah, you're going to end up just like your brother. You're not going to graduate high school. You're going to end up in prison. I was like, oh, really? Watch this, motherfucker. So, yeah. I make a business of proving people wrong. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that I'm excited to see how. Like, I've been curious about how fast I can run a mile. So now I'm gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah, let's do it. What are you calling this challenge? Did you even name it?
I I was gonna call it Jesse's Faster Than Brett Challenge.
Jesse's Faster Than Brett Challenge. But what if Brett's faster than Jesse? We gotta change the name of it. You gonna change the name?
Hey, let's just call it I'd Walk a Mile. All right, like the old camel. I'd
walk a mile. I'd run a mile.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you know, like the old camel is, I'd walk a mile for a Camel cigarette, right?
Yes.
Like,
yeah, I remember that.
So we'll just call it that.
Okay.
I didn't think of a clever name. Usually I like to call it clever names, but
I'll tell you what. Here, listen. I'm gonna give you. This is fine because I'm not gonna post it until probably tomorrow or something. So why don't you come up with a name, and then we'll just put it on. When I post it, it'll have a name. But right now, it's just run a mile as fast as you can challenge. We can.
I got one right now. Run a mile in my shoes challenge.
Okay.
Boom. That's solidified.
Okay.
I'm usually pretty good coming up with these little titles. Not as good as you are at coming up with the episode titles.
Oh, stop.
I don't know.
Stop it.
Let's just keep tagging each other's pricks for your
All right, man. Let's wrap this thing up, man.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll talk to you probably tomorrow, but we'll talk to you guys next week. Blessings and salutations. Thanks for listening. You can find Brett at the Daily BS on YouTube or the Real Brett Scott on Instagram, or you can find my ugly self at _Jesse_show podcast or Don't Put the Podcast on Instagram, or you can find the Jesse Show on YouTube, and I'm also on Spotify, but my YouTube channel was really hitting, man. If you want to find me, just watch me there. It's way cooler.
Yes, sir. That's it. Also, if you enjoy this podcast, please consider favoriting or following the podcast. That makes a bigger difference. You'll get our episodes as soon as they release. So, yeah, do that. Favorite or follow the podcast if you enjoy what we do here. And please join in the challenges, because that's our favorite thing is when we hear people go, oh, I'm going to try this, or, I did this yesterday. Like, I love hearing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, Kimberly said she's going to actually do this this mile race. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So, and I bet Joey's gonna do it too. I'm gonna recruit some people.
I'm sure he will. I'll
make him race me. I'll make him race me at the track.
There you go.
Just like a win, because I feel like I'm the only one that really consistently runs. So it'd be like a trophy for just being a douchebag.
Right.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Later.